He had every advantage that a kid would want to have. I imagine at one point in time his parents would have been here advocating for schools for him. But it wasn't enough to overcome his addiction. And when we put the summits on, I think the most informational part of the summits for me was really the fact that an addiction specialist who's a doctor, an MD, came to our summits and talked to us about what addiction does to people and how they can't really physically overcome it on their own. But the reason I'm here today is because I made a promise that when my cousin died, that I wouldn't let it end there, that I would use his death as an opportunity to teach other people about the addiction and the epidemic that Rich talked about that we have, and see if we can do something, anything as a community to reach out to our young people who are falling prey to this. I think one thing that's really important to understand, and I think you'll hear more about it when you hear the presentation from the chief and Captain Warren, is that the war on heroin isn't just with the users. It takes a lot of time and a lot of resources for police and the district attorney's office to work backwards, because we really want to catch the dealers. We have resources in place to help people who use. We have drug courts, we have specialized treatment courts, and we do what we can. Even to the point where I personally had a case with a pretty young girl. She was 21 years old, and her dad hugged me and thanked me for sending her to prison so that she could try to get clean, and he'd know where she was every night and that she was safe. So we do what we can for the users, and we try to be reactive and proactive. But using all of the resources that law enforcement needs takes a lot of time and energy. It takes a lot of work for these guys to track